A hotel charges for Wi-Fi data as follows. So it's $20 a day, just as a nice flat fee, and then $2 per every gigabyte, I assume, used of the Wi-Fi data. Clara stays at the hotel for 3 days and receives a Wi-Fi bill of $78. How much data did she use? Alright, so let's carefully understand the setup, the situation. That's always key to understanding a word problem. What is actually going on here? Okay, so she's got her bill. Now, what would this bill be made of? Well, there's the per day charge just for access, and then there's the per data that she used. Okay? And what we're asking is, well, how much data did she use? So let's create a variable. Let's say D for data. Okay? So D is going to be how many gigabytes, because it's per gigabyte that she used. Okay? Now, if we want to be super fancy, we might start off saying something like, let D be the number of gigabytes of data that are used. Okay. What else do we know? Well, there's the $78 bill. And as I just mentioned, that's going to be the per day charge, I guess you could say, plus the per gigabyte charge. Right? So we know that amount. Per day charge. What else do we know? We know that Claire was there for 3 days. And we know that it's $20 per day. Okay? So just staying at that hotel for 3 days, 3 times 20 should give us $60 on her bill. But there's also, right, we're setting up a nice little equation here, the per gigabyte. And we don't know how many gigabytes. Okay, so D gigabytes were downloaded. But we do know it's $2 per gigabyte. Okay? So if she used 5 gigabytes of data while she was there, 5 times 2, $10. Okay? So in total, the per gigabyte charge is $2 times however many gigabytes she used, and that's what we're trying to find out. So having talked through this, we now have an equation. Okay? A nice little linear equation. Okay? We don't really need the dollars here. Okay? So we just need to solve this, but we know how to solve linear equations. Subtract 60 from both sides. 78 minus 60 is 18. And then divide by 2 on both sides. 18 divided by 2 is 9. So it looks like Clara used 9 gigabytes of data. Okay? But what did we have to do? We introduced a variable. We also recognized the other values that were in the question. And we found a way to relate them to our unknown variable, okay, by understanding that the bill should be made up of the charge per day that they talk about and the charge per gigabyte.